Well, welcome back, everyone, to Liberal 12th Man Show. A little bit of a ride for me to get back to where I'm at right now, but I am here, and I am definitely blessed to be joined by Nalante. How you doing, Nalante?
Big up yourself, 12. Good to see you back. And big up people in the chat. Back again for another show. Big up Hyla, big up Bonkers, and people that will come in, I'm sure, later on.
Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure there'll be. I'm sure some people. Hopefully, will see that we are back, and hopefully, or not. Hopefully, definitely. Well, depending. I guess I could say depending. It's a big day. I've got about 3 hours before I start getting rowdy. So, so we'll see about it. Hopefully, I'll have the blessing to enjoy the next round, like my English brethren out there, and like the my Mexican and Canadian brethren as well. But shout out to everyone joining us. I've got another packed show today because Liverpool have officially completed the signing of Jeremy Jacquet. Obviously, Victor Muñoz has opened up in an interview that I saw, which is a very cool one. Um, and he tells why he chose Liverpool, by the way, which is really cool to hear. Alexi McAllister, some love him, some don't. Okay, we get that, but or some have just lost faith in him, but all the same, he's revealed where he believes his position can be and should be with this team. And there's another intriguing midfielder being linked with Anfield. So we'll also discuss the latest on Curtis Jones, Stefan Bajcetic, Kaishu Sano, and obviously Iraola finally assembling his coaching staff ahead of preseason is big for us all. So we're going to delve right into it. And wasting no time, I'm going to jump right into basically a little bit of a roundup of what has been going on. There's been a huge amount going on. One particular subject I'm going to wait to hold. I see you bringing it up in the chat. I will bring that up in a second about the whole Tottenham, situation. But let's start off with some of the Liverpool highlights. Okay, and the first one may not grab as many headlines, I would say, as a new signing, considering we already knew he was coming or anything like that. But I actually think this is one of the most important stories of the week. Iraola's coaching staff is finally being put together, and reports say that Tommy Elphick and Sean Cooper are expected to join Liverpool's backroom team before preseason begins. That means Iraola will finally have the coaches he's worked with, trust, believes he can bring about the same success with them here in Liverpool, which I'm really excited about. We've talked a lot about transfers this summer, but systems aren't built by players alone. We all understand that. So you got to have the components, got to have the right coaching, and having familiar coaches is important because then you can trust on them. So I'll start with Nalante's first question. How important are these coaching appointments? Like, how important do you think it is to have these new coaches, or not new coaches, but these new Liverpool coaches joining Iraola? And are supporters overlooking how big these additions could actually be?
I would say yes to an extent, because with every manager, a manager doesn't make without a good team behind him.
Mm-hmm.
We've said in the past how, for instance, old Red Nose, as I like to call him, I'm not going to give him the benefit of the name. He is the name, but old Red Nose was good at man management, but he wasn't good at the tactical side. And that's why Queiroz and McCarron done that on the training ground.
Mm-hmm.
So you need a bit of a yin and yang, and basis, but maybe, again, I don't know how he is. Maybe Tommy Efwick is a good motivator. He learns more about the tactical structure side. So, yeah, I mean, it's good that he can have his team. I mean, it's all important for managers to have the team, and then they can implement what they want to, the message they want to put into the players. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's an important message because I think that, obviously we saw a lot go on with just our corner kick coach alone. and
Yeah.
certainty that we had behind it that ended up impacting our team greatly. But another story that caught my eye, obviously, includes one of the players that I like. I believe Nolante likes this player as well. I'm not going to, he can speak for himself. He's right here. But um, Curtis Jones. Reports continue to link him with a team that maybe some of us didn't really necessarily believe he would be connected to or thought he would be connected to. We've heard the links to Inter Milan. I really was not really worried. I would go as far as say with that because Inter, despite that unless he really pushed for that move, Italy does not have the financial fortitude to persuade teams to cower or to sell players because the fees that they're offering are so lucrative or enticing alone. So I didn't really sweat that some Italian team's going to come over and try to bring the real cash that was necessary to bring him to Inter. However, Spurs were involved in obviously during the season. That was something we've seen Robbo go there as well now. And there's another team that has pretty much been, I won't say it's in the front running, but it has certainly been in the newspapers more and more, and the journals more and more, and that is Nottingham Forest. This is just I know that we're hearing he's reluctant to make the move, but and I understand why. He's a Scouser and he wants to obviously remain with the team he grew up and loves still to his heart. But a new manager is coming in. Every player starts with a clean slate. I think if I'm Curtis Jones, I'm not asking to leave before I've had at least a preseason to see what this manager's ideas and what his intentions are. Um, but some might say that's time that he would miss out on trying to incorporate himself into another squad, and then if he stays the preseason and he has to sit and not be a part of the season in the beginning, he'll have to, have his fingers crossed on getting a January move, which might not arise. I'd like to see him fight for his place. If Forrest came in with a really good offer, are you selling Curtis Jones, Nolante, or are you giving Iraola a full season to evaluate Curtis Jones? And vice versa, even Curtis Jones to evaluate Iraola?
I'll put it this way. If Forrest come in with a 35 million bid for Jones, I think he can go. For me. I think our squad is rampacked, but we definitely need that DM, that number 6, that fresh DM, because our midfield, I think people forgetting our midfield is rampacked. If we think about the midfielders we've got at the club, we've got quite a lot of midfielders. So if we're gonna freshen up, then if we get a good offer for Jones, he can go. But again, I'm not fussed either way. If he goes, he goes. If he stays, no problem. So whatever the club want to do in terms of Curtis Jones. But if he does stay, then it's kind of last gas saloon really at his age and the play that he was supposed to be, so who knows? So yeah, I'm at peace with it either way. But as long as the money's right, that's the main thing for me.
Okay. Oh, we got JK in the house. Let me bring JK. Let me bring JK in. Biggie Smalls is the illest is with us people. There you go.
He saw the sign. He saw the bat sign. On the Batman, he saw the bat signal.
Yeah. Like I said, I couldn't put that bat signal up in Mexico because that was just not happening. The roaming rates are just ridiculous. Yeah. But
man. Good to see you 12 and Nolante, man.
Yeah, big up.
Back in full effect. That's right. It's we're just talking about Curtis Jones. I know you've got certainly some views or some opinions on Curtis Jones yourself, JK. Nolante says 35 million sold. Are you on the same boat as that? as Nolante, or are you keeping Curtis Jones?
What are you going to do with 35 million, bro?
And yeah, I know exactly.
Look, I'll give him one more season under this manager, just to see where he is, and if we're in the same situation this time next year, yeah, let him go. But then he's going to go on a free, I think. Am I sure? Yeah, he's going to go on a free then. So that's the risk you're going to take there, bro. We're not going to have a squad, really. I see Curtis Jones as a good squad player, and he wants to be starting regular, man. Where's this noise coming from? Arsenal, Inter Milan, and stuff. If a player wants to stay put, I don't think this news will be coming out as much. So it's one of them ones, bro. I can understand players saying, fans saying, yeah, let's sell him. But I wouldn't. I'll just keep him just to have him at the club. I think he's a good Liverpool player. He's not the best. He could be better. That's the thing with Curtis Jones. When is he going to get better? That's why Nolante probably said what he said. 35 million sold with the auction douche sound at the end of it. So it's one of them ones, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Okay, finish. Go ahead. What else?
Yeah, it's like, would I be sad if he went? In a weird sort of way, but would I be happy that he went? No, not really. So if he goes, he goes. If he don't, he don't. But for me, he's a good lad. But I want to see more fight in the guy, man. He's been a long time he's been here. When's he going to click?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, finish your thought again. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's why what it is, if he had 2 years or 3 years left on his contract, I'd be like, I'll give him a year under this manager. Let's see if he clicks with him. But the thing is, he's out of contract next season. I'm sure about that. So it's one of them ones, man. It's a bit of a pickle, this one.
Yeah. I wonder.
I'm left up to everyone in the chat as well. Helio, good to see you, man. Bonkers.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I know myself. I just think that it's. I made this point on Dean's show about players because I've been really looking at it, and you guys, I would love to hear your opinions on this too. Before we even move on, and that is, I think one of the issues with football today is that whether I don't want to necessarily blame it all on Pep Guardiola, by the way, but it's one of those cases where you remember maybe you could speak on this a little bit, JK too, is that you remember, I think it was Schweinsteiger or Bastian Schweinsteiger, say the comment about how Pep Guardiola changed the dynamics of football in Germany so much, and it was unfortunately not for the better, and because it became the system that he brought, or the emphasis of it being system football, took away from so much of the creativity and the imaginative abilities of these players. And whether you're talking about World Cup or whether you're talking about club football today, I see it more times than not. You don't see that many expressive players that can be like your Ronaldinhos or your Ronaldos, or these players that were just able to just be, just create on their own. They didn't have borders that can confine them to, you've got to be in this rigid version of the system. And I used Pep Guardiola again as the example because I remember there's a couple of games, but one particular game I remember Haaland had done something in the game, for instance, and he was trying to be creative. He was trying to be, imaginative on his own. And Pep got angry because he didn't do what the system calls for, as opposed to he was just trying to create on his own. And after it was halftime, Pep Guardiola walked over to him and reprimanded him on the pitch about not doing what is the system. And it's like, I don't know if you are in agreement with this, but I think that's one of the unfortunate, it's one of the unfortunate things that's going on with football today. And it's why I think people are sometimes saying, oh, there's no generational talents out there that are wowing people, that are making people say this or that about it. I think it's just so much system football. I know I've gone maybe a little bit too deep with my analogy or my perspective, but are you following me on that or not? I know I see some of the numbers might be dropping off with me talking all deep and philosophical.
No, I think you can say what you want.
No, I mean, yeah. Yeah, and it's very hard because obviously Pep has his system, and I don't think he came in there to change German football in terms of systematic how the way they play. He just said the way that he adapted to Bayern. It's not like Pep said, I'm going to make I want the whole German play, because Germany had their thing. He just played the way of Bayern, and it's not his fault. And others copied it, implemented it. Is that his fault? No, it's not. It's like some English teams try to do, these managers, they want to copy him. That's not anyone's fault. Oh, 2-0. Wow, come on, Sano. 2-0, brilliant.
Good goal, man.
We should buy Ishmael Sarr.
Bro, guess what I just said? Exactly what you said. No, Sarr, man. He's a player, man. I don't give a fuck. He's bad.
No, man, go get him, man. Go get
him. Trust me, go and get him. I've been saying it for a long time now. I'm like, you know what, this Sarr guy, he's an undercover top player. Yeah. If you understand my point. Yeah, he is. Fair play to him. He always gives 100% as well.
Yeah. Remember. Oh, sorry to delve off 12, but I'll just say quickly. Remember when our championship team, and we beat, I think it was Watford. When he's playing for Watford, and we beat them 2-0. And then Marnie said to Troy Deeney, "Look after this boy. He's going to be something."
Yeah. Wasn't it Mane that had given him some Mane had given him some advice, at least with some of his direction of his career?
Yes.
Well, they're both playing on each side now. You got Mane on the left and Sarr's playing on the right.
Oh, but in this game, JK, he's playing through the middle, and Ndai, who's another one we should buy. Charade, he's playing on the right. Yeah.
Because, well, I also bring up this because people because they were Dean is big up to Dean and Fam Channel, but Fam TV, but he he was a big Diamande supporter. He was really all in on trying to bring him into Liverpool. And I don't even think that I don't think Diamande is going to move, to be honest with you. I think he's going to end up staying unless PSG really, really splash the cash. I don't think that he's going to be moving, to be honest with you. But all the same, he brought up this question about Diamande's signature, the signing, or not signing, but the possible dropout of Liverpool being in the running for the player. And I had come up with at least this is my perspective, I'd come up with the angle of saying, looking at it from hindsight, looking at it, I'm somewhat happy that we didn't end up getting Diamande. And that's going to sound weird. I'm not trying to make it sound like, oh, this is now, I'm trying to make it where, oh, he's not a good player. He's an excellent player. But I wouldn't have spent, at first I was like, oh yeah, spend the money. It's, I was going from this, I was losing a little bit of my normal constraints on how I look at, looking at it from trying to look at it from a sporting director's perspective, and looking at it as 120 million rather than, let's say hypothetically it was 120 million, right? Not pounds, but let's say hypothetically it was 100 million pounds. I'd rather see us go out for and get 3 40 million pound players. That brings us depth, that brings us the possibilities, and doesn't basically, anchor these players with this enormous burden of you're the 100 million pound player or you're the 120 million pound player. You have to deliver right now at some excessively high level. You can allow for these players to develop, allow for these players to adapt to life in Liverpool, adapt to the system that we're talking about, trying to incorporate them into, and you'll find maybe a bigger return by us going back to that. Let's go out there, get 3 prospects and find the gem out of those prospects, as opposed to go out there and say, we're going to spend 120 million on one player that might be a flop. You guys with me on that, or is that again me just going too far?
Yeah, JP, you want to go first on this?
No, you can go first, bro.
No, look, I've already said to him Monday. I've watched him, and again, I'm not some anti-kid, but what I'm saying is I just watched him when he was at Spain, and I saw playing there, and I'll be like, I've wanted him for time. I've wanted him, but at the same time, if you look into, if they want 100 mil M's, walk away. He's not worth 100 mils. I want him, but not at that price.
I know you're very big on.
Yeah, big on me. Yeah, you know it. Yeah. And then the day, I don't want us to put a gunshot to a barrel over a player. And then imagine that 100 mil player, and let's just say you have 5 goals, 5 assists, and he be classified as a flop, and that's a lot of pressure on a 19-year-old with 2 seasons, 1 good and a good team, better team actually, 1 season and a good team in the RB Leipzig. So yeah, look, like I said, as much as I want him, but nah, man, if he doesn't want to be there, then so be it. Innit? We move on. That's it. So yeah, so like I said, those 2, like Sarr, which I keep forgetting. I don't know why, but I forget him. Sleeping Sarr and then Dai, something like that. 2 players, you get them 2 for what, 80 mil? Exactly. Oh, that's more than good. Both experience. Yeah, and they can get better.
Exactly.
So yeah, and I'll take that.
I've been saying this. I'll let JK go off this question, or not, or at least this statement, and that was by being able to go out there and say, okay, we're going to get 3 players, 40, 50 million, whatever, 30 to 50 million for these players, and bring in 3 players, and then maybe we could go over to not only get players like this players that you're talking about, but delve into maybe the African market, delve into maybe the South American market, bring in these players, acclimate them to life in Liverpool, and allow for and create maybe even, and this is just me thinking, I guess, romantically about it, create Liverpool as a destination for a heightened destination for some of these players, to replace the Barcelonas, to replace the Real Madrids, as being, oh, this is the place that we must and have to go to be the saying that, no, well, Liverpool goes into these markets and looks at trying to create pathways towards this high level, and start seeing, on the streets of I don't know, Sao Paulo, children with Liverpool kits as opposed to Barcelona kits and the likes. That's at least my grand take. But go ahead, JK. Did you have a take you wanted to speak on?
Well, at the end of the day, bro, I think the old school football Liverpool fans would be like, oh, that's too much money and stuff like that. But for 19-year-old, 100 million, that's a bit fucking crazy, Like, what we do now? Like, the world's gone mad when it comes to transfer fees. Like, I think Tottenham are going to spend like 170 million on 2 midfielders today. It's getting worse, Tonali, yeah, he's a top player, don't get me wrong, but no way is he worth that much money they're offering for him. Like, come on, man. Tonali's not that good. He's all right. Come on, man. Just like that Diamande fee. I think a lot of fans are going to say, we don't care, they know how many, this, that, and the other and stuff. But it goes over the line of just being stupid now, you know. I think Diamante's a good little player, but he is no way worth that 100 million fee. No way. What's he done? He's got a few assists last season for Leipzig and that. Yeah, I understand that. But what's he really done in the game of football? You know? I don't know. I think the alternatives, Barcola's getting stated at 116 million. Everyone's going madman with these fees they're putting on their players. Yeah.
Well,
if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. It's one of them ones.
Well, let me talk to you about another player that is, the future remains, I guess, unclear, and that is Stefan Bajcetic. He's a player that a lot of us have always wanted to see really get involved in our team. Yeah. It's just the injuries and the more injuries just ended up, and the loan spells and everything else just ended up making it very difficult for him to work his way back into being realistically considered. But he has a long contract and everything. Reports are linking him to Middlesbrough, but they've started to cool down. I think that's very interesting because maybe that means that Liverpool still have a role for him. Let's not forget how highly everyone, again, like I said, rated Bajcetic before the injuries. He's intelligent, technically gifted, comfortable under pressure, plays that 6 role, by the way. Those qualities just don't disappear. You know, hopefully we can continue to see them refined and develop. Maybe under a Spanish coach, maybe there's a natural connection. Lante, are you still high on Bajcetic as maybe 2 years ago, or do you think Liverpool should consider another loan, if not a sale?
Yeah, I mean, he's hardly played in the last 2.5 years. Injuries, we can't afford. He's not going to be, even if he's fully fit, he's not going to be used that regularly. So it's best for him to get some games, to get some match sharpness, see where he's at, and then after that, we decide what we do with him. Because it's too much has gone on with Bajcetic, you know, sadly. So yeah, that's what I think we should do. He just needs to be loaned out for a season.
Okay. Quickly, JK, before because I have one more player I was going to bring up. Do you want to comment on?
Yeah. I've always liked Bajcetic. One player I always wanted to see what type of player he is. You know, he did this little half turn at Villa Park back in the days, and I was like, "Yo, this guy's good." And oh man, I feel sorry for him, man. Look. We don't know what his fitness level is at right now. None of us got a clue, bro. We don't know if he's coming or going. It's one of them ones with this guy. We all wish him the best. We all did. You know, we all wanted him to make it and stuff. So it's one of them ones, bro. I don't know where his fitness levels are at. Send him on loan to Coventry. Why not? You know? See if he can offer them anything this season and take it from there. But all in all, bro, fitness. That's all it is with this guy.
Okay, well, I'm going to move on to the biggest transfer rumor of today's roundup, and that is Mizzi might be one of the only other people that knows or has a heightened interest and level of watching Asian football. But considering Japanese run in the World Cup, unfortunate as it was for them to get knocked out the way they did, there's now talk about the Japanese international Kaishu Sano. Reports suggest that Liverpool are seriously interested in the Mainz midfielder. From a football perspective, it's, I think, easy to understand. He presses aggressively. He rarely misses a game. He wins the ball back, keeps possession moving. Very, very similar to what we see, or what I would have initially, or what I did initially reference as Endo doing. And it's quite often, I want to make it a stereotype of what Japanese players bring to the fold, but quite often this type of intensity is associated to Japanese players because they tend to really, really hold a high level of energy and intensity. But those are all qualities that Iraola needs in his midfield. This isn't a straightforward transfer. His previous off-field legal situation is something Liverpool would undoubtedly investigate thoroughly before making any decisions. Whether anything comes from this rumor remains to be seen, but what I wouldn't expect Liverpool to move on this player unless they were completely comfortable with everything, not only on the pitch, but off the pitch with this player. But footballing ability aside, I mean, Mainz is a team that you would have seen JK play.
Mm-hmm.
Would his off-field history immediately take you out of this transfer, or would you trust Liverpool to do their due diligence and make a decision on a player that you're either, are you thumbs up on this player or you thumbs down on this player for considering?
Yeah, I've heard about that today. He's a tough little guy.
Mm-hmm.
I heard he had a bit of a problem back in the days or something. I'm not sure the full story about it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
25.
Yep.
Can't really say, bro. I've not seen enough of him to say, yeah, he's a guy. So he's one of them ones with that one. Mm-hmm.
Do you have an opinion, Alante, on this one?
Oh, Sano.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he's all right, but I just, again, it's a bit different scope. I mean, is there anything really different that he can bring to the table that we need?
Mm-hmm.
I just think there's better value out there for me. Good player, but I'm not really interested.
Okay. Yeah, they're not really interested in okay. It is certainly going to be interesting to see what happens with it. Big up. We got Norm in the house. We got some great people in the house. Big up.
Mm-hmm.
Norm, hi Lore. Wesley, big up to you. We got, well, I don't know why Lee's not with us. The link is in the chat if you want to join Lee, of course, but shout out to you, Lee. Maybe he's entertaining, you know. But yes, Bonker's in the house too. I saw that earlier. And I think that is L4MSAR. So L4, pick up. I know that's a region, right? That's how you like, right? Isn't that how you reference where you're from? Correct, right? No? Oh. Like L4, L5, isn't that how you guys like reference? It's like kind of telling your borough or what area of the city you're from, or am I wrong?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
In Germany, it's like
Germany, yeah. England's different. You got different set of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But big up all the same. I know. I'm assuming that's what it means, but all the same. You know what I wanted to also talk about? This is something that I thought was kind of interesting. Is that this is just like a quick look around the Premier League. I saw the comments earlier in the chat. Tottenham throwing money around. There's moves that they're reportedly making. They're going to maybe go for Mateus Fernandes. I know that JK is very high on that player. Sandro Tonali is another player that's being mentioned. Chelsea have added yet another expensive young player as well. Nottingham Forest could once again be looking at changing managers. What is it about Tottenham this season? Are they doing a major rebuild? I mean, there's the young Serbian player that apparently they're looking to bring in too. or not them, or to unload, excuse me, to Brighton is apparently what they're doing. Like, guys, and they're making some major, you call it major moves.
Well, they've got the defender from Bournemouth in, Andy Robertson's in.
Yep.
And then you got these two lads. Look, at the end of the day, I like Fernandes. I reckon he's a top player.
Mm-hmm.
But as a professional footballer, are you going to go to a team that's got just narrowly missed relegation 2 seasons in a row now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
You know, like, you got one career in football. I'm waiting for Liverpool to call me, or a Man City, before I'm moving to anywhere near Tottenham. You know, Tottenham for me are a joke. Never been a good team. What have they ever won in their history? And I think with these London teams, bro, they live on the hype thing.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal just won a Premier League title first time in 20 odd years, 22 years, or something crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
We have 30 years, don't get me wrong, but we've got 6 Champions League titles as well. You know, we've got 20 odd Premier League titles, Look, they're using the London card. Like, Fernandes got relegated with Southampton, got relegated with West Ham, but he's worth 85 million. He is a good player, bro. I'll take him at Liverpool, but is he worth 85?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you now, football is going one way, downhill. You've seen the quality of football. Players don't dribble no more. I was saying this to someone the other day about dribbling in football. Where's it gone? There's no dribblers left, man. But Fernandes is a big fee. Tonali's a big fee. 170 million for them pair. Oof. You could feed a lot of people with that money there.
You could. You really could.
You know, we all love football, but give it a few years. The average Charlie Adams is going to cost you 150.
Hey, yeah. What is let's do this real quick. I'll even involve the chat as well with this one. Where so before we move on, let's do one word answers. Okay, for these next people, one word answers. I'll give you the one word to choose between. You have 1 or 2 words to choose from. All right, let me start with this one. Curtis Jones, stay or go?
Go.
Stay. Oh.
Okay. This is why you guys tune in. I already got a little bit of
we got some beef on the panel here.
Got the beef on the panel already. Yeah. There you go. Norm says go.
Me and Alante spent a day together in Liverpool, bruv, and it was all blessed. So we ain't gonna beef over nothing.
Norm says go. Okay. Anybody else? Just you guys in the chat, you can you can chime in as well. All right. Next. Stefan Bishetic, loan or keep?
Loan.
Yeah.
Okay. See if anyone else in the chat has an answer for that one too. Norm's with you guys. Loan. Okay.
Big up, Norm.
Big up.
Bonkers, where you guys at?
I know. All right. Last one then. Last one. Keishu Sano.
Pass.
Sign or pass?
Pass.
Ooh. Pass. Oh, the Norm's with you. That's a overwhelming pass on him. Okay.
I talk to be like that.
What about you then, bro? Let's put 12 on the spot now.
Yeah. The host of the
Jones.
No, that doesn't happen. Not on this watch. Not on this watch. I don't know too much about I don't watch Mines, so I don't know too much about his play to say yes or no. I know that if obviously if if they're going to look into those reports, and those reports are serious. So if those reports are even remotely true, or even it does make you start to pause in bringing a player that doesn't even remotely resemble what the culture and atmosphere that you want around your club. If players getting involved with those kinds of circumstances. I'll let you guys at home can always Google and figure out what it is that are his legal struggles. But when you do, you kind of it does make you say, I don't know about that. I rather not delve into bringing a player. As much as I love my Japanese or Asian, but just even Japanese in particular players, it makes me pause on that one. So I would be probably on the same as saying pass as well. All right, let's talk about Victor Muñoz. Oh, you know what? I have all these graphics. I made them. I didn't even use them. Shoot. Let me see if I can. See which ones are my graphics. Victor Muñoz. That was what? This is Muñoz, I believe. Oh, that's oops. Victor Muñoz. There we go. I think one thing that I enjoy seeing and I enjoy connecting to that, some of these players that we're bringing in is when a player wants your team. When a player says, it's always been Liverpool. I know that people say, oh, well, they're just changing. That's just them saying that now. They didn't really, they weren't really fighting for Liverpool to be the team that goes for them. They're not rocking Liverpool kits in their youth and the likes maybe. But I think there really is something different when you have a player that really does not only choose your team, but decides this is the team that he believes he could have a future with. And you don't want to hear the generic, oh, it's a massive club, and that's the reason why, or those kinds of comments. I want to know what the manager said that convinced them. I want to know what was spoken on in those conversations that made them say, this is the right move. And Victor Muñoz has given an answer to us. He had a very thorough interview. It wasn't Spanish, but there are ways to translate it if you don't speak Spanish fluently. And he revealed that Iraola personally called him, explained, again, this is the great thing about having a Spanish speaking coach, explain exactly how he wants his team to play. According to Muñoz, that conversation made the decision easy. He said Iraola's passing, pressing, his attacking philosophy suited him perfectly. And I think that should be encouraging to a lot of us because it tells us Liverpool aren't just signing talented players, they're signing players who fit the football identity that we started to lose in the past 2 years. And I'll ask Nolante, since JK had the part for us a second. When you hear a player say the manager sold him on the style of football, not the money, not the club's history, does that tell you Liverpool finally have a clear recruitment plan once again?
Maybe, because I think when they did Saka and they said they want to get back to some kind of playing style in the statement in terms of sacking and the season review. So obviously want to go back to the swashbuckling stuff. So, and Iraola, and they want to do that. And Iraola plays a certain way, but Iraola, so obviously Muñoz, Spanish as well helps a little bit, just a little bit. Spanish as well, so obviously he's got a certain way, and Muñoz fits right into that pressing, attacking wise, pace to burn. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's important. I mean, because another quote Muñoz said that stood out at least is that when Muñoz was asked what Iraola liked about him, he didn't mention goals or assists. He said his directness.
Yeah.
He said, quote, "My directness, the way I press and the way I try to suffocate the opposition, that's the mentality that we need. That's that little bit of essence that a lot of us at least, said we were missing, and we're losing that identity slowly but surely with this whole calm, conservative approach to football that was somewhat being massaged into a lot of our brains. So I just think those are three huge words: directness, intensity, pressing. And it's exactly how a lot of Iraola's teams have always played. So, like, does that sound like the football Liverpool supporters have been missing, or do you think we'll immediately see a more aggressive front foot style of football under Iraola and with this player, or is it something that you think that he's going to have to still adjust his game even a little bit from the La Liga to Premier League, transition?
I just think it's just going to be a minute because, like I said, some of our fan base and on other Liverpool channels have got giddy and say, "Oh, so Guerrero, because he plays in Bournemouth, the wave the magic wand's going to happen." No, it's going to take time. First, the players have got to buy into it, and he's got to implement it. It's going to take time. Maybe it might take him half a season before he gets the way the players want him to play. So that's with Muñoz, that's where everything else. So yeah, it's gonna take time. Some people, I've heard, obviously on other channels about, we should be going back challenging for the league, etc. But again, it's a process. Not everyone can get lucky with slot, first season Premier League title. So it's gonna take him probably about maybe half a season to implement the style he wants from the players. So and the training regime, everything's going to change again. So regardless of not whether I wanted him or not, or this or that, you just have to give Iraola the time, a little bit of time.
So. I think that was interesting too, is that Muñoz talked about England. Most players, they see Spain as maybe the pinnacle. He admitted he's always seen himself in the Premier League because the matches are more open than they are in Spain. I'm excited knowing that this player wants to be. It's not a case of, he's trying to just find a better place in Spain to be, because we all know Spain has the food culture and climate and everything else and blah blah blah. It can be a palatable, a very formidable place when it comes to trying to bring in talent. And it's the mentality you want to hear from a young player. I think that's really, really good. Now, the only frustration so far has been obviously the injury that's kept him out of this Spain's World Cup group stage matches. The good news is he's back in training. That means he should arrive at Liverpool with some valuable match fitness, hopefully, instead of just spending the summer recovering. Where do you see Victor Muñoz fitting into the squad, Latte?
He's going to be rotation, so he's going to start certain league games and play across the front three for me. So yeah, he's just going to be good squad rotation in Premier League games and cup games, etc. So yeah, he'll be starting a few games. Depending who we get, he probably won't start the first game of the season against Newcastle. I could be wrong, but I think he'll be getting some good game time under Iraola.
Okay, all right. Where does the chat, if you want, you can always tell us where you think he will, be. Well, does he start immediately, or does he have to earn his place over the first couple of months? I think this preseason is going to really, really be important for a lot of players. And I think that the great thing about this preseason, one that I'll be able to get, I'm going to be most likely seeing the matchup in Chicago. I've never really been to Chicago, so it should be interesting in that respect too. But preseason is going to really, really matter for a lot of these players, which is really, really good. But it's going to matter for a particular player that some of us like and hope can refine his presence. Some people have already given up on this player, and that is Alexi McAllister. He spoke on very honestly. He gave a very honest assessment of where he thinks he should play, where his best football comes from.
Okay.
I think the conversation. I think this is a conversation Liverpool fans and supporters have been having quite a bit, because a lot of people have said that he's lost a step, or he doesn't look in form, or maybe he's fallen off a cliff, or he's this, he's that, he's all these different things. But McAllister said he grew up as a number 10 before dropping deeper as his career developed. Now he believes his best role is either as a number 8 or in a double pivot. But he also added he's happy to play anywhere the team needs him. We want to see versatility on this team, obviously. I also think some of that versatility worked against him last season, because it ended up putting him in places where he kind of failed or wasn't up to the challenge.
Just before you go on, just quickly, Belgium has scored, so it's Senegal 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
Big up. Let me see. I see that now. Let me put this on. I'll put the game cast on, or at least the statistics. Put the statistics up in the background. Oh, you know what I can do? Let me see. I can do. I don't think. Oh no, I can. Okay. 1 second. I'll do this. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to make it where so everyone can see exactly what it is that we're all talking about.
Oh my God, what are Senegal doing? Sorry, 2-2 now. What are they playing at?
Get out.
Oh my, yeah, can you believe that? Choke. Big up, no. Just sorry before me, but yeah, ridiculous.
I don't know if this is going to. It looks like it might. Hold on. It might end up taking away my ability to not, because I see that I'm frozen on the screen here.
Yeah, you're frozen.
Let me see if I can do something.
Yeah, same norm. Me too, no, unfortunately.
Doing their best to make all of us.
Oh dear. Just poor goalkeeping again and defending.
What the heck? Oh, I gotta take this down. That's fine.
Yeah.
Take this down. Bring this up here. Okay. Hopefully, let me at least get if it's gonna freeze me up, let me at least get a good freeze.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You get a good freeze.
Man. On the screen for you in the chat. Some of you probably watching it on the TV.
Yeah, I can't. It's for some reason it's making my it's StreamYard's not able to handle. I don't know.
Okay, John Batman, wasn't it?
Bro, yeah, a lot of things happening the time I went, man. I just got a phone call and stuff, and we just checked. Yeah, I was like, I predicted the 2-2 for the Belgium Senegal game. I predicted like a 2-2, and they, in the time I was talking on the phone, they fucking scored 2 goals. Belgium, crazy, man. That's why I love football, man.
It's your fault, JK, man. You come off that, Senegal were fine. When you come off that, they went to pot. Should have stayed.
Bro, you know what happened? Even Tielemans and what's his name? Trossard.
Oh,
No, Tielemans and Trossard were arguing, innit?
Yeah, had a bit of beef, innit? Yeah.
They had some beef there. That was like, what's his name? Remember them Newcastle players, Lee Bauer and what's his name? Bauer and
Dyer, when they had the fight.
Dyer.
Newcastle,
that's the guy.
Yeah.
Same vibe, bro.
Oh, no, but
fair play to him.
Touching each other up, pulling each other's shirt. That was crazy.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Ooh.
Yeah, agreed. No, yeah, the keeper didn't have to come out. No, we were just stupid from Senegal. Suicide defending both goals. Could have been
both goals.
Both goals. Poor.
I bet they were booking their flights for the next game, Senegal, man. Now you never know, man.
I bet they were.
It ain't over till it's over.
It's not. And bring back McAllister's.
Anyway.
Yeah, thank God we didn't buy him, Norman. Yeah, Bauer. I didn't like him. Boya.
What I was saying is that last season, I think for McAllister, I think he was being asked maybe at times to do too much, and he was asked to build attacks. He was asked to press high. I think sometimes too high, because he ended up not being able to cover the space or cover the amount of pitch to get back, that he wasn't a liability for us. He was asked to track runners sometimes. He was asked to protect the back four at times. He was asked to create chances. This was a huge workload for just one player. JK, now that you're back, where do you think McAllister is at? Where do you think he is at? Where he is at his absolute best? Like, where on the pitch do you think he's a number 8? He's great at, or do you think he's part of a double pivot? He's excellent at, or do you think Liverpool have still not found his ideal role with this team?
In the title-winning season, where he played in that position is where he's the best. Because, like, for me, he was probably my favourite player in that season. So, and also where he plays for Argentina, bro. I think when I watched him play in this World Cup, he hasn't really stuck out, but he's played sound. You know what I mean? Better than what he played for us this season at Liverpool. So, like, Argentina playing against who Argentina got Cape Verde, innit? Yeah. So he'll probably have a little smooth game there as well. Look, for me, bro, it's all about fitness with these guys. Bajcetic, him, you know, a lot of man's got injuries and this and that, and then it ruins their game. And McAllister's a sticky topic because there's a lot of talk about him leaving and stuff like that. And when you look at McAllister, all in all, he's a good professional football player, bro. He didn't really, in that season when we won the league, for me, he gave 100%. He was getting stuck in and this, that, and the other and that. And then last season, it was the World Cup season, going into the World Cup. And he had that groin injury. And I said, player injuries like groins and ankles, they're the injuries that make you be a bit timid in your game. And I think he had a timid season, McAllister. And I can't really blame him, because when you get that groin injury, it's a bit tough to get stuck in again. You're always worried about, he's going to click again. He's going to mess it up again. So I like McAllister. Really surprised with that season where we won the league. I was like, yo, he's worth more than the money we paid for him, you know? And then all of a sudden everyone's telling him, get rid of him and this and that. mad football world, bro. I think sometimes you got to take the injury and look at it and say, you know what? This guy don't really want to be playing a timid game. He wants to be getting stuck in. He wants to play his best for Liverpool because he knows that in 10 years from now, he's probably chilling on the beach somewhere. You know what I mean? It's mad how football players want to be the best they can. You know, do you think these guys love looking at Messi and Neymar, and I want to say Neymar, Messi and Ronaldo and all these top players and thinking, oh, I want to be a bit like that, you know what I mean? I want a bit of that cake. Of course they do. They want to be the best. But sometimes it don't work out like that because it's injuries. Injuries is and off-field problems with the girlfriend or the wife or whatever. The drink or whatever it is. Could be a lot of things of why footballers don't stay good. And I think injuries, for me, is the number one out of that list. And I think McAllister getting injured, having that operation, and it really messed his game last season. In his head. But for Argentina, fair play to Argentina. They're looking decent little outfit at the World Cup again, and they're winning, and they're into
Go figure. A team of Messi and Messi gets a chance to play football with all of his mates. Go figure.
That's all it is, really, isn't it? Really.
Well, I think one thing that stood out to me, and I'm going to have this is going to be a question directed towards Nalante. One thing that stood out to me was how different McAllister looked compared to Liverpool's, to our title-winning season. And comparative to last season, he didn't seem to have the same energy, the same influence. Just as Jacquet pointed out, he was dealing with an injury early in the campaign. I also think the midfield balance played a part, maybe, in the way that we saw Grav be given more freedom to get forward. That put a lot of more responsibility, and a lot more weight on McAllister's shoulders to cover a lot of ground defensively. That's not really his game when it comes to be honest with you, because he's not a fast player. He's not someone that can cover a lot of space. He's at his best when he can read the play, dictate the tempo, and stay involved on the ball. Do you think McAllister struggled because of form, or was it more about the system Liverpool were playing last season, Monte?
A bit of both, to be honest. I think more form than system. So it was hard because obviously, for me, again, going into last season before, and again, this is not me hating, this is just an opinion. So clip this up, VAR, pull it whatever you want to do it, send it to the over them scumbags on the channels. But anyway, look, for me, I said, look, Wirtz is a good player. He's a quality player, but I just don't feel he fit. We needed him as a necessity at the end of the title winning season. Why? Because McAllister, we could have just pushed him in the 10. For me, we could have got someone else, a midfielder, DM, whatever, and we could put McAllister in the 10. But lo and behold, we didn't get him. Like JK said, the little bit of the groin injury, but after that, it's fair to assume, but after that, he shook it off. And again, the whole balance of the team, it felt like him and Wirtz just really couldn't. It just doesn't work for me at times, unless you have a certain player in the team. It's just too, they're just different. McAllister's more biting him. He can do the job, but I just didn't work. And then the form just slipped off from McAllister. He was just poor last season, end of the day. And again, like for most people, they want McAllister gone. But again, he knows he needs to get himself right. Obviously, he's at the couple of the RGs. He's playing all right. International football's different from Premier League. And we'll see what happens after the World Cup. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and bless up Red Armchair, man. Great to see you, bro. Long time.
Oh, big up, Ross. Red Armchair supporting the house. Big up.
Good to see him. I agree with what Nalante said as well. I love Wirtz. I think when we signed him, it's probably the happiest I've ever been as a Liverpool fan buying someone, man. Like, Wirtz, come on, bro. Come on. And I agree 100%. I said, even I remember the show where me and Nalante said that. I was like, you know what? It weren't a signing that we really needed, Wirtz. But you ain't going to say no to Wirtz when he pops up. Like, come on, you're not going to say no.
Right.
So, look, I just want McAllister, Wirtz to be keeping fit and playing their best game because we've got them at our club, you know. Look, we'll see McAllister, what he's like after this World Cup. I'm not sure Argentina will win the World Cup. I think France will. But if McAllister can do one thing, if he wins that World Cup, is either stay at Liverpool and carry on that form in the same way Gakpo great for his country, not so great for Liverpool. Can he bring that form that Gakpo played in the World Cup? I think Gakpo played all right in this World Cup, man. Definitely better than what he did play for Liverpool last season. So that's two things. He either comes back and brings that form into the Liverpool team, or it brings that 20, 30 million extra on top of that fee that people are going to want to be paying for Gakpo and say McAllister. So that's the... I don't like fans who are Liverpool fans who are saying, I want Gakpo to have a shit World Cup. He's shit anyway. I'm like, bruv, he's a Liverpool fucking player. And if he can bring that form he showed in a few games at the World Cup into Liverpool and he can do it consistently, fucking sound. Or if we can sell Gakpo for 60 million now because he had a great little good World Cup and he had bad news in the World Cup as well. Let's not forget with the family thing. Horrible news, bro. Yeah, man. My thoughts are with him, man. Yeah, man. Nearly brought a tear to my eye in the way he was suffering. Like when he scored, man, that meant something.
Yeah,
I had goose pimples.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I wish him all the best. And football's a thing about form, you know. Yeah. So things happen in life, injuries, off-field things. You know.
Is that what you guys call it? Is goose pimples? Is that what you guys call it?
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps. Yeah. Okay.
In German, it's called Gänsehaut.
Gänsehaut.
Gänsehaut on my arms. Fine.
Yeah, I think Helio didn't have Gänsehaut when Germany played the other day.
He did not.
Kai Havertz. That's what happens when you have to rely on Kai Havertz as your
Wirtz and Havertz were sort of linking in that game, but that penalty weren't great, and no water matters. And Tata, for me, okay, he stuck up his hand and said, "I'll take it," and that. But come on, you know when a defender takes a penalty, it's like the guy's never played football before. You know, it's weird.
I thought the Walter Mate, that was just, it wasn't that it was a bad shot. It was more, it was just a great save. I mean, sometimes I get that. I get, you know, most people think, oh, you should, that a penalty should be almost like an, you know, automatic, you know, goal. But I honestly think that there are some times when you see a goalkeeper just make a phenomenal save. And if you look at where Walter Mate put that shot, he put it in the bottom right-hand corner, and that goalkeeper had to make a phenomenal. He had to guess the right way. He had to react. He had to get to it. He had to be able to be extended, and he did that. And it's just unfortunate because, you know, Walter Mate is probably one of the players that you expect to score since he is a striker.
Yeah.
But
for me, the Tar one, bro, there was enough space there on that side of the goalie where the goalie went flying the other way. Number one rule in football when you take a penalty, get it on target, and the rest is up to the goalkeeper. Simple.
There was a lot. I mean, there was 2 shootouts because I know that Paraguay went to a shootout as well, right? Say again?
No, but Holland. Was it Holland?
Holland, Morocco, and then Germany.
Holland, Morocco. Yeah. My fault. Holland, Morocco. I said Paraguay. Yeah. And Paraguay went to a shootout as well, though. They went to penalty kick.
The Germans. Yeah. They beat the Germans.
Yeah. But like it's more of like sometimes it's not easy to step up and take that first or take the kick for your country, much less just to take the penalty in general. There's a lot of pressure on a lot of them. I don't necessarily. I know like Morocco's got a bad history with penalty kicks and stuff like that, but like it's very interesting to see some of the approaches that you've seen with some of the players who seemingly, I'm sure, have taken penalty kicks a lot, but some teams practice it, some teams don't, to be honest with you. So
yeah, but bro, for me, there's no excuse of you spooning it over the ball, over the bar like that. Come on, Tar, man. Keep your head fucking. He plays for Bayern Munich, bro. He's getting paid 180 grand a week. He's been doing this every day of his fucking life. Get the ball on fucking target. It's a World Cup fucking game, knockout game. Like, keep it low. Like, the goalkeeper already was diving to the other side, bro. He should have known in that 0.1 of a second just before he kicks that ball. Look, okay, the goalie's going that way. Keep it low.
Yeah,
roll it on the ground. Get in there.
I mean, the reason why though is because Holland or the Dutch had the same thing happen to them. I mean, I think it was Timber came up and goalkeeper.
And I knew this.
Yeah,
look at Timber's game when he came on a sub.
It was like that was a horrible take. He went way wide, and he even saw the goal. I think he was planning on going to the side that the goalkeeper chose to dive to, and at the last minute he figured he could hook it and go the other direction. It's
but you know what it was with Timber? I think he played pretty well when he came on. Look at his game when he came on a sub. He was
I'm not talking about. I'm just talking about that penalty. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was hyped, bro. This is what I'm trying to explain about
football. You're saying that he wasn't composed. He wasn't composed.
He was so hyped, and he wasn't composed, bro. As soon as he took that penalty, I knew this guy is not scoring today. Because why? Because I watched his game before. He was so hyped, and he played fucking pretty well. I was like, yo, him and his brother are pretty good players. You know what I mean? Timbers. But I knew he was going to miss the penalty. Yeah.
There's a lot of hearts broken from some of those, depending on which side of the fence you stand on for those teams. But quickly about McAllister. Look, McAllister's future, I guess, depends on whether Liverpool bring in another midfielder. One of those names on the market right now is Lille's teenager, Ayoub Bouadi. The problem is Liverpool aren't the only club interested. Manchester City, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Arsenal, PSG. A lot of the big names, obviously, all interested. We know that we rarely get into bidding wars, and I don't think that we should get into a bidding war with any of those teams because a lot of those teams will go above and beyond to make it happen. I'm not going to say it. The methods that some of them might take. But the question is he worth the price? He's one of the hottest names out there. Manchester City are now reportedly in the race, along with all those other teams I mentioned. Whenever that many clubs are looking at the same player, you're dealing with serious talent, I think. I'd be safe to say that, I think, right? But the problem is that usually means that the price starts to climb because the team that has that player knows that they have a commodity that's intriguing enough for a lot of those teams. So reports suggest that Lille could want anywhere from 70 to 85 million pounds. That's a massive investment for an 18-year-old. Yeah. I'll start with you, Nalate, actually. Let's start with the obvious question. If Bouadi really costs 80 million, are you making the investment? Or is that simply too much for a teenager?
No, I'm not making it. He's good, but I just feel unless we sell in a few, like 2 or 3 more midfielders, then no, I just don't think we should. There's better value in the market. You can get me a Sangare, you can get me a Kamara, you can get me a Manuel Kone.
Yeah, Kone, I like him.
Yeah, just free to name. So he's good, but no.
Well, from everything we've seen, Bouadi has all the qualities the top team needs. I mean, Morocco has done some incredible semblance of players and development of some of these players. He's calm on the ball. He's comfortable under pressure. He's technically excellent. He can carry the ball through midfield, and he does a lot of the things actually that we saw Bajcetic do. To be honest with you, for someone so young, he already plays with a lot of maturity. But the question is whether do we believe that he's ready to contribute now on the level of play that we would need him to do? Is he going to be that next Fabinho for us in essence, you know? And I'll ask this, JK, if Liverpool were to sign this player, are you expecting him to start right away, or is it more of a long-term investment with this player for you if we were to sign him?
He's got like a Real Madrid connection, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't really know too much about this guy, so I can't really say, yeah, he's the guy and this, that, and the other, bro. But at the end of the day, one thing about Liverpool is we very rarely get it wrong about when we get players in. They all seem to work. You get the odd one who don't, you know. But all in all, they're pretty sound with their thingies. It's just that Real Madrid thing. Connection, like if he comes to Liverpool, smashes it, you know he's going to end up going back fucking there, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I just want a guy who's got no connection to no one, and he's just straightforward. Yeah, he's in to start playing. Not like 2 years down the line, or even in 1 year down the line, one great season. Oh, Real Madrid want him back. Okay, then, ciao. Yeah, I'm not into that.
Well, there's an interesting wrinkle in this, and this is something that I saw in a report, and it made me say, okay, maybe this I don't know about this. This got very Naby Keita vibes, not in the sense of the players' play or performances, but in the sense of just the transfer, what's related to the transfer, and that is that reportedly Lille want to loan him back for another season if they agree to sell him. I struggle to see LFC. I struggle to see us spend that kind of money just to wait another year for an 18-year-old player. I would imagine Iraola wants a major signing to be a part of the preseason and to be a part of the team from the very beginning. I think that's where a Manchester City probably hold a little bit of a stronger position than we do, because we know Manchester Cities can spend that kind of money and not really care if the player is there that year or maybe there the next year. They can depart on that. But I mean, we've done it before. We've spent good money on players like Konate, like Keita. That was my reference earlier. If Liverpool miss out on Buati, Nalante, who's your alternative? Is it Kamara, Wharton, someone completely different? Like, who is your who is the player that you're saying, okay, let's go for this guy? Nalante's on mute, or sorry, and he's off camera, so I know he's not available. So, who would you go for, JK?
I like this Kone lad for France. You know, I think he's sound. I like Fernandes from Tottenham. They're the two guys I'd get in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready to play. Look, that Real Madrid lad, he's going to be a good little player, don't get me wrong, but now is now. I'm not into that or loaning back for a year. You know, we need to get on with stuff now.
What Real Madrid player are you talking about?
That young lad you was talking about a moment ago.
Boadi.
Yeah.
He plays for Lille.
No, who's that lad that we were meant to be going for?
Are you talking about the Argentinian that I'm trying to think of his name? I actually like him.
Begins with B.
Oh, begins with a B.
His second name, his surname, yeah. I'm trying to think of his name, bro.
Madrid.
Second, I say.
For Real Madrid?
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not Real Madrid now. He was there, and I think I'm just trying to think what teams he's playing for now. He just got mentioned like last week.
Well,
But I know his second name begins with B. Maybe someone in the chat knows.
Mm-hmm.
he used to play for Real Madrid.
Do you know what country he's from?
He's Spanish.
Oh, that narrows it down.
Spanish DM. He used to play for Real Madrid.
On the youth books or something like that. And he's on loan somewhere. I think he's on loan at... Is he on loan at Rayo Vallecano? Is it Kima? I need to find out, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't really pay no attention to it because I thought, he's Real Madrid. If he's linked to them, we ain't got no chance.
Oh, Kima. Is he a DM? Red Armchair. Chima.
Chima. I think it could be Red Armchair. It could be that.
Yeah.
It could be
Oh,
him.
is he DM? I've heard of this name, but is he a DM?
Chima.
I think he plays that sort of role, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, just to let you know, Red Armchair. In terms of Manuel Kone, yeah, he's over his injury issues.
Yeah, that's the player I think you're talking about. That is, yeah.
Chima
Andres.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. Yeah.
Played for he's playing for Stuttgart right now. Stuttgart.
Oh, Stuttgart. Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, Stuttgart. Mm-hmm.
He's a DM.
And Stiller.
Yeah, he's a DM. Plays for the Spain's under 21. I remember seeing the photo of him. Out of Chima was the name. I'll put this name. This is the name of the player I was a little bit more interested in. He's not necessarily a DM, but he's a player that I was. Yeah, that's what we're a good community here. We work together. I was interested in us maybe revisiting this young man as a potential player.
Franco.
Yeah, he's not what we need right now. Maybe before,
he's an attacking midfielder, but he's a winger. He can play in the wings. He's attacking midfielder.
Yeah, he's just not what we need, to be honest. He's not our type, bro. We just don't need him. And yeah, Real Madrid, he hasn't really gone great for him, to be fair.
It hasn't.
I don't know. He's had just about a handful of games.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens.
He's 18 years old.
He's still
18,
young.
19 years old. That's why I'm like, it'd be nice to have some of this youthful talent, and maybe a player like that. You bring him into a team like Liverpool. Maybe McAllister takes him under his wing and rears him into understanding what it means to be a Liverpool player, and all of a sudden we have a lifelong Liverpool player, and that could be the heir to some of these positions that we have on the pitch. I know we were very high on him before he chose Real Madrid. I know that, but there's just a player out there. I mean, heck, another player I'd be interested in. It's not a DM, because I'm about to roll on to our last subject, the main story of the show here. But the last, I was asked about if, since the Diamande thing isn't going down, or is there another winger out there that they're at halftime, by the way, of the Belgium Senegal game. This question was brought to me asking me, well, then who is it that you'd want to see us go after in that winger position or in that forward position? A player that I like, he didn't wow me in his last performance, I will admit that. But Ryan would be an excellent player, the Brazilian that's starting now for Brazil. Or maybe we should investigate if we could bring a player like Endrick. Are any people interested in Endrick out there in the chat or even on the panel? Does that name interest you as a player that we should investigate. He's not necessarily getting an opportunity at Real Madrid. It doesn't look like he's necessarily going to be able to create that opportunity for himself at Real Madrid. Would you be interested if Liverpool went for an Endrick? Okay. And I just got a big grin on his face.
Check the private chat.
Okay.
Yeah, photo read out, but yeah, by accident.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, I know. By
Okay.
accident.
Okay.
Yeah.
No wonder Lee's in the group chat, in the chat.
Yeah.
Really can't get in.
Oh, damn, man.
I don't know how to. I don't think I can do that from.
Gave him a red card. Nalante gave him a red card. VAR is checking it now.
Yeah.
I'll sort that out. I'll give him a message anyway. Lee, we'll speak to you in the group chat, Lee. Apologies, Lee.
Yeah, I don't see any options on here to do that. I'll see if I can find another option.
Yeah, no problem.
Would you do that though? Is that a player that you'd be interested in?
Who's that again?
Endrick is the question.
Endrick. Oh, yeah, Endrick. Sorry. I'll just focus. I'll just worry about old Lee. Oh, the Fosters, Mr. Fosters. But no, not for me. No, because we're yeah. I mean, you could possibly play him on the right, but we don't. He's a natural striker. He's just not going to work. So no, we've got Isak, we've got Ekitike. I know the injuries, but no, not for me.
And good also to the club he belongs to, they ain't doing no business. They only taking players from us. They ain't giving us nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. JK, and plus he just wouldn't fit in our team. Where's he going to play? And he plays for 3-6 months, and then he'd be on the bench. That's.
I'm trying to see where it is. How I get him off of being banned here. I'm looking at the background here. All right, guys. I guess I gotta Google how to do it.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully that can be fixed anyway. Because I don't know.
Well, if you'd just been on the panel, we wouldn't have this problem.
Exactly. Oof. That was close. I know, man. I don't know why I didn't jump up our mistake. Sorry, Lee. We'll miss you here on the Liverpool 12 man.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
By mistake, no. Honestly, no. I had that by mistake. Don't worry. He's part of the panel. He just, for some reason, he doesn't want to come on. And I've seen Normie's had love stiff again with the X.
Yeah. What's going on here? Let's see. So, anyway, how about for you? Well, what about for you? How about for you, JK? It sounds like Smokey's got a kind of opinion.
He's happy Mexico won.
Oh,
4 in a row.
Oh my god!
Oh goodness! You would not believe, like, as in you would have. Oh my goodness! Where I live, there were the amount of Mexican jerseys I saw people wearing yesterday. You would think that I live in Mexico City. That's how many it was.
You're the neighbors, ain't you?
Yeah,
you're like a neighbor.
Yeah,
it was very interesting. Very interesting.
Well, I'm happy for them because they haven't really been in the football world again since the World Cup in '86. I haven't really seen Mexico. So it's good.
Let's see. I think. Did you block him like for good or something?
No. I posted. I think we just said he's banned. He's banned. So there shouldn't. I'm sure there shouldn't be a block for good, should it? I'm sure there's a way you can unblock.
Oh wait, I got it.
Oh, you got it, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Because I've done it on previous shows that I've been a what's the word again? A mod. Yeah, that's it. And I've banned someone and then I've unblocked them, unbanned them or whatever.
I think that did it.
Oh, you did it, yeah. Cool. Oh, wicked.
That's saved.
Okay.
All right, he should be back. He should be able to come back on there. All right. It took me a while to find it. That was tough. I know it's for the first time doing it. Well, speaking of, before this game, this is 2-2 still, so I'll try to get through this segment before we get to at least to the if they do end up going to a shootout, we can hang out a little bit and watch and see how that ends up going.
Yeah,
but
why not?
There is something I definitely wanted to talk about. It's the main topic of the night, and let me bring up share my screen here because I have a cool little graphic to share for it. If I can find it, of course. Wait, where is it? Right there. I don't know why I can't find it. I know it might be frozen for a second, but it should be. Let's say it's the first tab, of course. All right. This is what a lot of people probably should be focused on, at least if you're focused on our club action. Now, this Jeremy Jacquet is now officially a Liverpool player. The French under-21 international has completed his long-awaited move from Rennes to for £60 million is what we signed him for. It's a huge investment for a player who's only, I think he's 20 years old right now. Yeah. There's a lot of questions. Why JJ? Why now? Why were Liverpool prepared to spend this kind of money for a player that is hasn't played one day in the Premier League? One thing that stood out for me, at least in this interview that was conducted with the player, was just how excited he sounded. He described Liverpool as a dream club. And said the opportunity to play here was something he simply couldn't turn down. He said he specifically mentioned the chance to learn from Virgil van Dijk. I think that tells a lot about, that this isn't a player expecting everything to be handed to him. He wants to develop, he wants to learn, he wants to, involve himself as a young defender for this club. JK, when you hear a player talk about learning from possibly one of the greatest, if not the greatest defender of our era, rather than demanding a starting spot, what does that say to you about his mentality?
Yeah, I think he came across pretty sound in his press conference sort of interviews, like the signing and stuff. Look, for me, bro, if I'm a centre-back anywhere in the world and you got an opportunity to play alongside Virgil van Dijk and learn from him, bro, there's no other club I want to go to. For me, Virgil van Dijk has been the best centre-back in the Premier League in all its history. Yeah, you got your Ferdinands and all that, but Ferdinand, come on, bro. He ain't no Van Dijk, you know what I mean? Van Dijk is on a different type of level, and that's why, for me, Konate is a joke, because did Konate really improve to a top class centre back? No, he didn't. He was all right. He got by. Why? Because Virgil van Dijk was the better centre back out of the two. Yeah, fair enough. Konate covered Trent and this, that, and the other, but yeah, man, that's what makes me laugh about Konate. You had the opportunity to play alongside the best centre back ever, and you chose to go to Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Like, man, I wouldn't want to play alongside no one else but Virgil van Dijk. Come on. But fair play to the new signing from France. Seems a good lad. Come across pretty well anyway. I'm happy to see that.
I mean, look, let's just be honest. If we talk about this price tag, £60 million is a lot of money for a center back with relatively little senior experience. There's going to be pressure. That's unavoidable. But Liverpool can, I think, clearly we're not buying a player that we expect to be automatically the man. We're buying a player we believe that will develop to become the man in 5-6 years. I think that's how I think that's how we've always tried to recruit. I think that's what we're doing now by identifying elite talent before everyone else realizes. And this is what I said on other channels. I'm sticking with this. I think that we should stay with this whole mentality of not trying to, we don't have to be always going for the superstar name out there, to try to make that player fit our team. But if we can identify elite talent before everyone else fully realizes how good they are, maybe we can ingratiate the fact that we believed in you early. We believed in you in the sense of what it means to become the player that you are now. So I'll ask Delonte, are supporters putting too much emphasis on the price tag? Or when Liverpool spends this kind of money, is it fair to expect immediate results from this guy?
Look, again, before he came, he said, he's wanted to come, which is great. Which way? Excuse me, sorry. Which a player says, obviously, and then at the time he mentioned, to learn from Ibu, and that guy is gone. So we had to rip up that interview. But look, we have to give him time. As much as good, this is the Premiership. It's a whole nother level to what he's played for, even with Rennes, It's a whole nother level, man. He's going to take him time, maybe take a year or two. He's still young. He's going to make mistakes. And the problem is, hopefully, the fans won't get in his case when he does, because you have to give him and the Leone as well. You've got to give them time. As much as they're good, we don't know. We don't know. And then we've got a bunch of 3, 4, 17-year-olds who I don't know why we signed them, because, I named them getting ahead of Jacquet and Leone. No. Which was a waste of a signing. But anyway, look, we just see how it's going. We just still need that another centre back. We still need another centre back, because at the end of the day, VVD ain't been this World Cup. I don't think he's been that good at all. I just think his age and stuff, and he needs a rest at some point for me.
He was one of 4 players to play every minute of the World Cup. Yeah,
which is stupid, because I don't think he needed to play in the last game. I don't know why they wasted his time playing him, but and the same in the Premier League, non-stop up games. You need the rest, and you're going to do VVD, Joey, and obviously Joey's my guy, but we don't know what's going to happen with him. And you've got a 20, well, he's going to be 21 soon, a couple of 21 and a 20-year-old, and if haven't had any experience at all, it's a recipe for disaster. It's not going to be great. Can't expect them to do wonders, so we need another centre back to experience that, to can cover them, to protect them. Plus, in case Joey gets any niggles or injuries, and then VVD as well, we definitely need another centre back. So, I'll reserve my judgment. Jacquet looks good, but I'll see what happens. I want to see. Give it 2 years, and I'll let you know where I stand with him. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like this with football nowadays, bro. I think football's overpriced. Players are overpriced. You got guys who costed that much money, and we never even heard of them before. Arne Slot got the Liverpool manager's job. Never heard of this guy before. That's the world we're living in now. I never get on any new signings back without seeing him give it a go first. Same as managers. Yeah, exactly, Norman. We need one centre back. That's why I would have gone for that lad at Bournemouth. He went to Tottenham. on a free. Just get him in. At least he's like played in the Premier League. A bit of, perfect signing would have been. But yeah, for me, look, him and Leone, they've got the best guy there to teach them. You got Gomez there as well. So I think Jack's probably get a start straight away, maybe, as Norman said in the chat there about he'll be ready for pre-season, you know. So, but I wish him the best. I think I reckon he's going to be better than Kanai, just because of the way he talked and stuff. He just seemed sharp, like he just seemed sharp.
Could be.
Yeah.
Penalty, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he'd be a penalty. Yeah, they're going to give it. He missed Tielemans. And I hope Alexander Goal won't storm off and walk off the pitch. Oh my God, I was in the last minute as well. Jeez.
Yeah, it's in the last minute. That's
what a coincidence.
That's kind of rough too.
I'm just waiting for him to give it. Look at the shoulder pads on him. He's got some shoulder pads on, ain't he?
I'll ask this question then. This is for those out there that even mind.
Oh, it's a penalty. He's a penalty.
Yeah, he's a pen. Yeah. He didn't get the ball. He didn't get the ball.
If you put just put in the number that you believe for this poll, if you want to participate in this poll, how should Liverpool use JJ this upcoming season, obviously? How should we use him? Should we, 1, start him every week, 2, rotate him into the squad, or 3, bring him along slowly? Which do you think? Just all I do is put in the number, just as Wes did, big up Wes, and your choice or your selection will be added to the poll. All right, interesting. A couple of different, already starting to get a couple of different opinions as to where and how it should be used. What's your choices? Nalante?
3 for me.
A 3? Okay.
Yeah.
What's your choice? JK?
Start him every week.
Oh, wow. Okay. So 1. Let me see if I can. I don't think I can. Let's see if I can.
What's that guy doing on the floor there? They're trying everything now, isn't it?
Yeah. So what is it going to do this? When it comes to a penalty, man, they love giving it away. Just let him take
going to miss now.
Just let the damn penalty. Yeah. Big up red armchair.
I see you.
Yeah. You got Biggie. No one's getting past Biggie. I'll tell you that now.
No one's getting past Smokey. That's more like it.
Yeah. I know England won't.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad to see people aren't really necessarily pressuring. I'm referring to him as JJ, as Jeremy Jacquet, but I'm glad to see that they're not going to try and pressure him into results automatically from the very beginning. Allow for him to, do what he needs to do with this, with learning what he needs to learn. Are they going to take this penalty or what? What's going on? Let me see.
They're waiting for Hazard to come and take it.
Apparently. That'd be great to see that.
Come on, I hope he misses Lukaku, man. Played for Everton, United, everyone, Chelsea.
Yes, it definitely has. Let's see.
Oh, he's finally taking the penalty. Jeez, I thought they were going to do that. I don't like Senegal doing these games and shit, man. It's annoying.
Let's see, people. Let's see. Everyone's
last kick of the game.
Is this going to probably be the last?
Yeah, goal. Good penalty. They got their own. They got their own. They got their own self to blame. To be honest,
Nah,
Senegal
man.
disappointing. Senegal. It's their own fault, man. They had the game on the lock.
Is Tielemans the captain?
Yeah. He's captain. Yeah, Belgian captain.
I like Tielemans, good player, man.
He's a good player.
Oh,
He's I would say from the progression that he's had, because I mean there were times when people were saying that he lacks the fitness, he lacks the the mentality that you need necessarily to be able to get to that next level. He's played well for Villa. He's done
Real well.
He's done he's on a team that has some huge names. Belgium has some huge names on this team that play with alongside him. You would think, I would have thought that, for instance, KDB would be wearing the armband, for instance, or maybe even Courtois could even maybe be wearing the armband. I know goalkeepers tend to not be that person, but Courtois is arguably one of the best goalkeepers in the world. But as long as it's not Trossard, that's all I care about. But I mean, I can't stand Trossard. Oh gosh, but it is what it is. 3-2 is the score line. 3-2. Looks like this is going to be the end of Sadio's World Cup run, which is sad to see for our former Red and always legend. Yeah, they're just swinging and missing. Hyler saying he thinks that Giovanni Leone will shine under Iraola and take it to the next level. It's a big possibility. It is a very big possibility. I'm hoping that he does.
Just one game, man. A couple of 23 minutes or whatever. So it's hard to say. It looks good, but yeah, again, he's another one. He's going to give him time.
Yeah. Quick fire question. Will Jeremy Jacquet become Liverpool's first choice center back within the next 2 seasons?
I hope so.
Yeah, I think he will. Yeah.
Okay. It's tough. Very, very tough. Very tough to see. Well, it looks like they're going to win this game, people. It looks like it. I know that Alante has the direct feed from the stadium into his TV. He's always like 30 seconds or something ahead of us when it comes to. He's like the last person you want to do a watch along with, because they'll be like, let me tell me what happens.
I know, but you know what? These things, people tell me about, oh, you see this, I hate this film. What's it? I don't mind people telling me the storyline. I don't mind before watching it. I really don't mind.
Okay.
I really don't. I'm one of those ones. I'm like, yeah. You can tell me to go if you're ahead of me, but I'm not bothered. I'm like, all right, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like. I mean, they're definitely giving a lot. They had 9 minutes of extra time. That was
just mad. It's because they the delay tactics added onto it.
And then they also have, I don't know, can't see. So it's 1:28. So they're at the 9th minute right now.
Yeah.
This is possibly going to be the last kick. Well, they probably add another couple minutes because there was a penalty that they had to wait for as well.
Oh.
Nope.
Across the end, they just messed about there.
Yeah.
Game done.
Game done.
Yeah, game is done.
What's he doing there? What is he doing there, man? What are you crossing? What's shooting for?
I know.
Get the
JK,
ball. This is what I
with
mean about brains, bro, in football. Everyone's a flipping idiot.
See, it's still playing.
Yeah, the referee. Oh, no.
Threw it
He's
away.
done that.
Yes.
He's done that. Look at this. Yeah, he's done.
Up to nothing to
Yeah,
to
done. He could
lost
get
the
it
game.
for. Oh, he flopped. And a
To
simple
lost
pass.
this game.
Simple pass for 4-2. Oh, no, good block. Free kick. Whoa, this referee does not want to blow the whistle.
Yeah.
Jeez, my bad.
Free kick.
Yeah,
He wanted a penalty, the other lad.
yeah, I know.
Mane's there. I always should win for Mane, man.
I know, but we bottled it. Oh, outside. The handball. Yeah, outside. Yeah, wasn't it?
You got two Premiership greats there. You got Mane and De Bruyne.
Was he outside the box? Was he outside the box?
Yeah, he's outside. He's outside.
They need a beauty from here. Simple as.
Oh, that was definitely handball, but
yeah, definitely outside.
They should use the VAR. I mean, I noticed that it looked like the handball was actually on the line almost. I know he was outside the box though.
Yeah.
Can Senegal pull out a miracle?
Even the goalie's gone up. Look.
What's the goalie gonna do?
What the hell? You know, imagine he just comes up there and top corners it.
I mean, none of them are free kick takers, so I mean, but just have to witness it.
Oh, look at that. What are you doing there? What are you doing there?
None of them are free kick takers, see? What was that?
There you go. Game over.
Damn, Senegal.
See there? This is what I'm saying about football. Common sense, bro. What was that lad doing there? Give it to the guy who's standing next to you, who's a little bit got a better option. Just pass it to him and let him shoot. Like, I don't like footballers who don't use their brains. Like, come on,
that's your
man.
boy though. That's
shooting
sorry.
like that's a tar sort of shot on the penalty.
Well, you know what they say, man. After watching this 12, I don't think I respect you, the States, to beat Bosnia. I don't think you'd be fearing this Belgium side at all.
We got revenge. If we can
really
get past this stage and meet Belgium, that'd be. I don't think we see Belgium though. I'm not certain.
I think it is Belgium, isn't it?
I thought I saw someone speaking on. I mean, we still got to get past this stage. I've seen people talk about going on and moving on this and doing on that. Let me see what the.
Yeah, it's Belgium. Yeah.
So, listen, someone. I thought it was going to be. Someone was saying that it was going to be Spain that we were going to take on.
No. It's Belgium.
Okay.
Belgium. Look, Bosnia. I think. Yeah, it's in a couple hours that game. Yeah.
Yes, T-minus 1 hour and 10 minutes before 12th man gets rowdy. I'm already speaking about myself in third person. I'm already getting there. I see what you're saying though. I see it. Yeah. Why was him talking about Spain?
Why are you getting ahead of yourself? Now you want to go semis.
Oh, because you know why? Because that's the next round after the next round.
Gotcha. Quarters. Yeah.
I saw someone saying like there was an article there, or I think it was Ida. He's a former player. Got asked this question: can U.S. men's national team take on Spain? I'm like, all right, that's 2 rounds from now. Let's just get to the round of 16. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
we have work to do.
Yeah.
Tough luck to Senegal, another African team that had it in their hands. Let's be honest. Congo I'm not really holding against Congo. They defended their butts off pretty much the entire game. Kane's goal, his second goal, was just pure brilliance. That was a beautiful goal.
Yeah, that was. I mean, yeah. God, I wish we had Kane, man.
Yeah.
The Kane one, yeah.
Yeah, that was beautiful
Yeah,
goal.
the
The
proper
first
striker
one,
finish.
the first one was a great header, but it was a momentary lapse of
the goalie.
not only the goalie, I think the defender, to allow for him to have
Yeah,
that
Mhm.
much space.
But
to
that
be able
finish
to-
is this. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he had
would
all.
listen, I would send Isak back to the medical table. He can go back to Newcastle. Give me Kane for 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Harry Kane's a striker. Look,
Give
for
me
me,
Harry
Harry Kane, he isn't a great footballer, but finishing, bro. This guy is, man, fair play to him.
bro.
England
I
without Kane, who are they? Wolves?
I hear what you're saying about Kane, but the man just surpassed Pele in goals in a World Cup.
Yeah,
That is pretty phenomenal to say.
Yeah, a lot of them are now.
Yeah. Look, for me, I think Mbappe is going to be when it all ends, because Mbappe will be here for the next World Cup.
Yeah,
Messi,
2 World
maybe not.
Cups. Yeah, the 2 World
So
Cups.
Mbappe's going to take that title, top scorer. Closer was the leader, wasn't he? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that guy just scored, and I mean, he was just a menace when it came to headers as well. He's got the most header goals in World Cup history.
Mm-hmm.
Norm was saying goalie was poor on Kane's header. He didn't generate power on his header.
He did some beautiful saves before that.
I was going to say, it's tough to hold it against that goalkeeper. He made some phenomenal
saves. Yeah, man.
Phenomenal saves. But I understand what you guys are saying. Definitely understand that. Mbappe is having a great tournament. Says Red Hunter supporter. Agreed, he is. Dembele is. I mean, it's infectious too. One player has a great tournament, and all of a sudden, you see others around him start to perform at great levels. Messi's having a great one. Mbappe's having a great tournament as well. I mean, if it wasn't for Messi's form, you would be seeing Harry Kane as the top goal scorer in the tournament right now, which is pretty wild.
I wonder who's going to finish top scorer. I think Mbappe.
Yeah, Mbappe. Yeah, because France will go further than Norway, England, and I think Messi might score 1 or 2. But I think you're right. I think it'll be Mbappe again. See, I think he was the World Cup in 22. He was a top goal scorer then as well.
Yeah. You gotta keep in mind, Norway is still in it, right? So they still got Holland at 3 goals. Messi's got 3 goals. Mbappe's got 4 goals.
Oh no,
6 goals. Mbappe's got 6.
Him and Messi time. Yeah.
It's just that Messi's played less games than Mbappe.
Exactly.
That's why.
Yeah, he's got 1 more. Yeah.
Holland's on 6 goals himself. No, I think he's on. Let me see. He's on 5. You're right.
Yeah, he's on 5. Yeah. Then Kane's 5 now, isn't he? He's on 5 now, Kane.
It should be that way. I want to see where Kane is on this list.
Yeah, Kane's on 5. He's on 5.
He had 2 today.
Yeah, he's on 5.
Yeah, this hasn't been updated. This list I'm looking at, because it still has him on 3 games played and 3 goals scored.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he would be on 5 goals himself.
And then you got Vinny on 4. So it's looking at all the big dogs there. They're stepping up. All the main.
Can we talk about the sheer fact that, you know what, as he leaves the tournament, obviously, Cody Gakpo, 3 goals in this tournament. 3 goals. One of the top goal scorers in this tournament was Cody Gakpo. He's in the top 10 for goals. obviously.
Yeah. I knew he would have a good World Cup.
Mhm.
Hopefully he'll have time to rest and spend time with his wife and stuff like that over the next few weeks,
absolutely.
and just sort that out. And look, man, I think football fans have lost respect for the game and the players. Because if you heard half of the bullshit I've heard over the last few months over McAllister, Gapco, this, that, and the other, I'm thinking, come on, man. They play for your club. They put a shift in when we won the league that season because Gapco and McAllister were probably at the top 3-4 players, like Van Dijk and Salah, of course. But after that, it was McAllister and Gapco for me, the best players. And the amount of fucking bullshit they've had to deal with from fans, Gapco pack his bags. This show some respect to these guys, man.
No, I get that. It's the same thing about Florian Wirtz. Look, Florian Wirtz is. Excuse me. I know that Florian Wirtz didn't necessarily light the world on fire with some of his performances in this World Cup, but then again, if you do look at him statistically, Florian Wirtz is the third highest assist giver in this tournament. So, I mean, obviously he's not going to go on, and that number can be possibly surpassed by others. But he was third. He had 3 assists in this tournament. He also was one of the top. He was in the top 5 for chances created. I know a lot of people talk about that number as being suspect, but I think he had over 10. I know it was like 12, maybe 13. I'd have to look at the exact number, but I remember hearing that was something on the lines of how many chances he created, and he was creating chances for players. It's just that these players chances created means that it's a chance that you could score off of. It's very similar to what we saw for us for Liverpool. I'm hoping that he can continue to take that form and bring it back to Liverpool and start connecting, making an honest and real connection with Isak. Ekitike, unfortunately, is a player that he did make that connection with. We saw it growing, but unfortunately, Ekitike is injured, so we're going to have to make the most of Isak now. And I'm hoping that Isak, who had 3 assists in this tournament, by the way. I know Sweden got knocked out, 3-0, I think it was, right, or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
I think we're on the stats table. Liverpool players got the most. Yeah.
I mean, look, Virgil van Dijk even has a goal in this tournament, so yeah.
Yeah,
but in this week, a lot of our players came back or going home or resting on holiday now. Isaac, Gapco, Gravenberch, Wirtz. Blessing in disguise, bro. You know,
I think so. I agree with that. I agree with that. Is the silver lining with the Dutch being knocked out is that Virgil's going to have some time to rest.
To rest. You know what I mean?
He needs it. I think he really needs it.
But he looked good. He looked good in the World Cup. I think Virgil.
You reckon?
No, in that way of he didn't look tired. Like, that face he had at the end of last season. I've never seen him like that. But in this season, at the World Cup, he looked sharper. His face did. Like, he didn't look like he was battered or tired. I reckon he played all right, bro.
No, I wasn't impressed by Virgil, to be honest. I thought he was a bit lackadaisical. Japan came, he was at 6s and 7s. Even the Morocco game yesterday, Morocco deserved to win that, if I'm honest. Holland were even lucky to get to penalties, if I'm honest. Nah, man. VVD, he weren't great. He weren't great, but again, maybe it's age, maybe it's a lot of things, so. But again, this all comes back to the regime playing non-stop. He's shattered as well. That's the thing.
I didn't think he was horrible.
He weren't great. I wouldn't say that was like magnificent VVD. Because when I was watching him play, there's certain I mean, the Japan striker Masida was giving him the runaround at times. He was ball watching a couple of times, and that's not the VVD we know and love and know, to be honest, in my opinion. In my opinion, anyway. I don't think he was great. I really don't think he was great. The same with Wirtz. He wasn't great for Germany either. But again, he looks like he's got, I think, 2 or 3 assists. But if you look in all his games, he wasn't really doing much, to be honest.
Yeah, but against Paraguay, when he did about 3 beautiful balls for Havertz to score goals and win the game. And for me, he's that type of guy. He will give you the chance to win games. And that's what he's capable of doing. Like when you look at his first assist of the World Cup, beautiful. Beautiful, that assist, man. I could watch it again and again. Ball came to him, touched it once, touched it twice. Bang.
Do you think this is Virgil's last World Cup?
Oh, yeah. He said he's retiring.
Yeah.
He said, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's something.
It's just a shame for Virgil because the Holland teams he's been in have not been some of the Dutch teams of old. And if he was born in another era, he would have been at a better Dutch team.
I think that the unfortunate thing about the Dutch team has been that their coaching has been absolutely
human.
terrible.
That was well told.
I think that the sheer fact that they are reportedly considering going with the coach that they're talking about going, it's just
it ain't Arnie, is it?
Who?
Arnie Slot is being mentioned as the potential heir.
I've heard this. The Dutch media have been what's the word? They've been hyping him up, saying, Liverpool done him wrong, but his style of play is perfect for the Dutch. That's up to them. Virgil ain't gonna be there.
Need to ask Virgil about that.
I think that the reason why the Dutch are in the circumstances they are is because they are playing that Arnie Slot style football. That's ridiculous.
I
think they have some of the most versatile players in the world. They have some of the best players in the world. But over here we have the anchor desks, or like the main desk of pundits. Rebecca Lowe is she's like the moderator or the anchor of the desk, and then the pundits or the former players that they have on the panel are Henri. We have Henri. We have Zlatan. And unfortunately, we have Alexi as well. Alexi Lalas.
He's been getting ribbed, actually. He's been getting ribbed quite a bit.
It's just so annoying. Absolutely annoying. I do. Trust me, I do not care if Alexi hears this or not. But all right, former Rutgers great from my home state, but all the same. He is, some of the things he says, it's just like, dude. But Zlatan said this. Henri said the same, but Zlatan started it off by saying, not only is he disappointed in Holland, he was angry. And I was like, oh, I don't understand why you're angry. And he says, well, because he said he was angry because this is not the identity of Holland football. It's why I think that, like, it's very interesting. Sometimes you see some certain coaches that continuously get just recycled in these eternal patterns that don't need to be given opportunities any longer. And yet here you are once again with some of these tired and sometimes rinsed, watered down approaches to football. And there's no imagination, there's no creativity behind it. It's just, it's something that I saw an interview with Jurgen Klopp, and he was very interesting too. I'm going blank on his name. Not Saka. The former Newcastle. He played for Newcastle. He's Shaka.
Shaka Islop.
Yeah, Shaka Islop.
Yeah.
No, it's Shaka Islop. No, not Shaka Islop. It's he's the goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
Is Islop? Is his last name Islop? Okay. Anyway.
Islop. Yeah.
He's ESPN. Did an interview.
Yeah.
And in the interview, he threw Jurgen Klopp an absolute softball, in the sense of saying how, he asked about Liverpool football and how he helped resurrect the football here, and how his about the intensity and all those other different things, and how that was. And he almost got him to say something about Slot, but Klopp very diplomatically said, well, he wasn't in a position to answer a question about the former manager. But when he was asked about his football and like how that was the identity that he created, he said that his intentions were always to create high intensity football, but to create something that the people would love to see. I think that's uniquely different than what you see in, like, as in the philosophy you see in Holland. It's not about creating football that you're going to talk about, how fluid the play is and everything else. Their football is absolutely stale. I have no idea how else to reference it other than it is stale bread. But unfortunately, for those that follow the orange, which has one, and it's a shame because I think Holland has one of the most fervent and most intense fan bases out there. I mean, they follow, and when you are amongst the orange, they fully represent. But anyways, I know I'm going on a little bit about it. Let's see. Oh wait, I know that JK says he'll be right back. Look, people, it is 4:10, or in my time of the world. My game is on at 5:00. I am not giving. Maybe I shouldn't give. I'm not going to give any predictions. I don't want to jinx the U.S. Because I don't want to talk too braggadocious. I did predict the 2-1 England game earlier today. So that was maybe my my one blessing of a prediction. So I'm not going to go too far with my predictions. If you guys want to predict for this upcoming U.S. men's national team game, you can tell us what you think. I think JK is away he's taking care of something. Red Armchair supporters, that's 2-1 USA. Okay. Who do you think is going to happen in this upcoming match?
3-0.
3-0. 3-1, says Norm.
You win. Yeah. You're going to play Belgium.
Not, as I say, I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch. But it is tough. I'm trying my best not to be. I'm not trying to be talking smack, basically. But we got to get through this Bosnia game, and trust me, I would love to see us take on Belgium, simply because I honestly think that we should have beaten Belgium in South Africa. We should have beaten them.
2010. Okay.
We should have beaten them in South Africa. And that would have been one of the best runs we've had one of the best runs, not the best run, because obviously we were runners up of a World Cup one time, but one point I think we played a certain team from a country with a red and white on it on the route there. But that was back in 1950. That's way long ago. We're not going to bring that up.
Black and white.
Yeah.
You're almost good about them times.
Yeah, there you go. I'm trying to think of where is England in the bracket here? Where England is going to have to take on Mexico.
Yeah, the big Mexico will be Brazil or Norway.
Do you guys have England has a very difficult road. Very difficult road. I mean, England will if first off, playing in Mexico City is not easy. Not only is it not easy because of the crowd, they have one of the most intense fan bases. Sometimes too intense, and I mean ridiculously over the line with some of the disgusting things they say sometimes. But and do I mean throwing things onto the pitch and all the other things, they can get very, very, very rowdy. But it's going to be tough because England, I don't know if England has played at that kind of the altitude of Mexico City is very difficult to play in. Very difficult. Those Mexican players are acclimated to that type of that altitude, but it's going to be tough. Talented. Oh, Roy Wagerly. Yes, definitely. Talented player. Back in the 80s. Yes, he was. Azteca Stadium. Absolutely. I saw, I mean, yeah. I was going to say Timothy Weah, another, or his dad was an absolute, George Weah. It was an absolute incredible player. He was actually, he's here in the States, obviously watching his son play. It's very interesting because Tim Weah got into, he started the last game, but he hasn't played in the, he hasn't been a starter in these last couple of games. We've gone with Serginho Dest in that role, which is an interesting choice considering, but if for a right wing back, but he's been playing more of a right winger in essence than a wing back. How high he's been playing.
Yeah.
But all right. 3-0, 3-1, 2-1. I see you guys saying it. Yeah. If you go to Azteca, good luck. Say it like that. Oh man. I say good luck. Only because I just know how it is wild. Hopefully you're there to watch the game in the right reasons or for the right reasons. Or Azteca is such a difficult place. I don't know if I have pictures. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you. I don't know if I find. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. It is not easy. Because I know I had the opportunity to go, and I did not go to Azteca. Not for this World Cup, but in the previous matchup. Let's see if I can show you what it looks like. I think I show it. No, I can't. I know I'll look for it another time and see if I can't find a good photo. But the away section at Azteca is just they put up like they have barbed wired fence that separate you. I swear they have barbed wire fence that separates you from the other fans. Like it's just there's barbed wire at the top and then like there's this fencing so that no one can climb the fence and get over. They put the barbed wire fence. That's intense.
Yeah, them fans are mad. So
that's intense.
The reason why they put barbed wire there.
Yeah. Oh no, it is absolutely. There's a reason because I'm only speaking from a U.S. men's national team perspective because like they win quite often. You don't have problems because Mexico wins often at that stadium, but when they lose, get out of the stadium while you can. Go celebrate someplace else. I'll tell you like that. So
that is crazy. Big up Kevin.
Big up Kevin. I see Kevin in the chat there. Big up your chatting away here. All right. You guys want to say is JK back yet? No, JK's still on mute. I was trying to wait it out. Oh, okay, good.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Perfect timing. See, as usual, JK.
Yeah, I have to say my buys.
Smokey sleeping now.
Yeah, everyone's sleeping. Bless up to the panel. Good to have a show again after such a long time, and hope everyone's cool in the chat as well. And look forward to the rest of that World Cup, innit? So all good.
Okay, Latte, want to say your piece?
Oh yeah, I'll say something. Like when Germany lost the other day, Jurgen Klopp was there next to Nagelsmann. They're all doing interviews and stuff.
Oh yeah,
and the interview guy was like to Jurgen, "Oh, would you be interested in taking the German job?" Klopp sort of switched on this guy. He was like, "This ain't the fucking time to say this now." You know what I mean? He was like, he was pissed, man. And the same guy who was asking the questions, the day before the game, he said something to Nagelsmann, and Nagelsmann sort of told him, "I don't really give a fuck about that." Like, it was just like weird what he said to the guy who was asking the questions. I'm thinking, come on, man. When you present in football, man, you don't ask them sort of questions. Use your brain a bit there. Like, listen, Nagelsmann was standing next to you not even 30 seconds ago, and you're already asking Jurgen about the German job. Like, come on, man. Hey, that's the media. But Jurgen's doing the media for a German company for the World Cup, so he's gonna have a lot to say. You know what I mean? And then he was asked quickly, which job would you take? The World Cup final, this, that, and the other, or back at Anfield, Champions League game? He said, I'll go back to Anfield. That was his choice. I'll go back to Anfield. But fair play. He looks healthy.
Fair play. Well, people, we wish everyone a great evening. I know it's a late one. It's already past midnight for some. I've got to get myself packed up here and on my way. I'm going to go. I'll see if I can be better about taking video and pictures this time. I have been trying to be more in the element rather than on my phone. I'll see about taking some photos or videos of some of the festivities at my local supporter pub for the U.S. men's national team. It's it's not held at the same place for Liverpool. It's at a different place. So I'll see if I can share some of the festivities. Hopefully, good festivities for me and my friends. Yeah. That's very true. I'm hoping that what we've seen, we can talk about tomorrow, but I am really hoping that we see a lot of the way that they are conducting, not necessarily that penalty, but conducting these new rules. I'm hoping that it applies to speeding up the game and also maybe even making the corner kicks even better. But we'll talk about that more tomorrow. Let me get myself a spot at the bar, maybe a cerveza, and hopefully a U.S. men's national team W. But until tomorrow, big up to everyone. Thank you to the panel, by the way, of course, showing up for me. I appreciate it. And thank you in the chat for joining us as well. I appreciate the patronage and always being there for us on this channel. So we will see you guys tomorrow. All right, take care.
Peace.
Up the Reds. There you go.